But I was like sitting on the streetcar and I was all grumpy and I was like, why they even call it self-love? This isn't self-love, this is self-bullshit. And then I was like, you know what? It's not.
Day a child came out to wonder.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So as you guys know, about a little bit, probably over a month ago, almost like 6 weeks. Yeah, my breakup was, 6 weeks ago. I started doing these towel talks where basically I just sat down and I just talked to you and we just kind of unpack some stuff, work through some stuff. Whenever I'm just feeling something like really emotionally or like just need to talk about it, because I don't live with anyone and I can't just call my friends at any time I want, even though most of the time I just call my mom, and I do have friends obviously that I talk about, but there are just times where I just kind of need to speak and say something, or I have an epiphany and I just want to share it because like this is my channel, it's my platform, so like there we go. No, but I went to yoga today, and basically when I do these talks, like I like to do them kind of as impulsively as possible. I'm a very impulsive person, which works for me sometimes and definitely does not work for me other times. But when I have something I want to say, I like to say it like right away. I don't want to like filter my thoughts or like anything. I just almost think of it like channeling from my higher self, if anything. Like I just want to talk. So today's topic is self-love. So I have been going through not the greatest time for probably, honestly, I feel like a couple years now. It's been like a while. Like emotionally, it's just not been a fulfilling, great experience. That's why I'm like ready for this new decade. I'm gonna totally be one of those people like, new decade, let's fucking get it. Like 100%. But yeah, the last few years has not been easy, but I have been really good. Like I will give myself a lot of credit, is I have been really good at pushing myself and just loving myself. And honestly, the idea of loving yourself sounds disgusting to me. Anything like this is so bad, but like I just find the words like gratitude, self-love just make my ears bleed. Like I don't know why, and I'm sure I'll come around in time to maybe have different opinions, and that's totally cool, and I would be freaking glad to. Last night I was like, am I gonna go to yoga? I did not go last week, and I love going to yoga. I feel amazing, but good God, it's a lot of work. Who wants to go outside and leave their house and like go in the snow and trek through that in downtown Toronto? Not me. And so the last few weeks I've been like, am I gonna go? And I know that as soon as I leave yoga class, I am a blessed human and I feel amazing and I am an angel walking on this earth. Like I feel so good when I leave my yoga class, but during it is hard work. Like you are sweating, you are sore. My yoga class is intense and it's awesome, and I love my instructor. He's super dope and he like makes you think about a whole bunch of things, and my brain is like working through so much stuff, but it's like emotional work, it's physical work, and it's like soul work all in one. And sometimes when you wake up at like 9 in the morning, you're like, I don't really want to go through all of that. I'd rather just sit with a coffee in bed and like, you know, read my like little affirmations and call like self-care. But that's what I thought about today. I was like, I basically last night decided, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna go to yoga. If I wake up at the proper time, naturally, I'll go. And I was like, okay, got it. So then I woke up this morning. I did this last week, but last week I didn't go anyway. So like, I'm the worst. So I woke up and it was like 8:30 my yoga class. I don't need to leave till 9:40. And I was like, oh my God, it's 8:30. God damn it, I guess I have to go. And I was like, yeah, but like, do you really have to? Like, you don't really have to. No one's forcing you to. And I'm like, that is so freaking true. No one is forcing me to, but I know I'm gonna want to. And so it's this like dilemma of like what we want, like our shoulds, like what we should do and we know is like the right choice, and then us kind of wallowing into our like lower self and that lower vibration, like giving in and being lazy. And so I was like, okay, well, let's just see how the morning goes. In my head, I was like, I'm not going. Let's be real. I already knew that. So I'm sitting there and I just started doing the 5-minute journal, which I'm loving. I've only done it a few days now, so it's very, very new, but it's like a gratitude journal. And I'm trying to train my brain to like the words gratitude. And I don't know why I don't. I'm very appreciative of things and I can deal with appreciation, but the word gratitude, I just feel like it's been like shoved down our throat in this like health and wellness society like space that just freaking drives me crazy, and I'm just not about it. So I think gratitude's amazing, but whenever it's like, I'm so grateful for this, I'm so grateful for that, I just want to throw up. Like, I think that's awesome that they are, and I want to get to that place one day, but I'm not there yet, and so I'm just kind of accepting that I'm not there yet. I'm not as enlightened or whatever as I want to be. Who knows, whatever. So anyway, I sat there this morning, I started my journal, and it was like, what would make today great? And I was like, honestly, going to yoga, because I know I feel better. I'm working through so much emotional bullshit right now, and I always feel so much better. And so I'm like sitting there and I like wrote that in my journal and I was like, okay girl, you literally like, you know what you need to do. You know how to make yourself feel better. Like human beings are so intuitive. When we tap in, we know what's up. And so I'm sitting there and I was like, yo, I need to go to yoga. Like, frick, this is not up for debate. You're going. And so I was like, fuck, okay, let's go. So I like got up. It was 9:35. I leave at 9:40 for yoga. I jumped in the shower and made sure I was like half decent, put on deodorant, sprayed my perfume, and like put my little sports bra and sweatpants on. And was like, I'm not even doing like a workout outfit today. I'm going in sweatpants because this is the vibe we're doing, but at least we are going. So then I got outside and I'm sitting there and I was like, the streetcar did not come for almost 10 minutes. And I was like, the streetcar's late today. Why? I decided to go. Why is the universe punishing me? What is, like, why? And so the streetcar finally came, but it's freaking Toronto. It's freezing. My hands were so cold and I was so cold. And I was just pretty miserable. And I'm like sitting on the friggin' streetcar, a little bit grumpy. I'm like clearly not in the most like happy-go-lucky mood today. But I was like sitting on the streetcar and I was all grumpy and I was like, why they even call it self-love? This isn't self-love, this is self-bullshit. And then I was like, you know what? It's not even, that's the thing. Self-love we deem as like this like face mask and like making time for yourself and being cozy, but it's not. I feel like it should be called self-tough love, because when you actually are loving yourself like unconditionally, like you're not trying to like, you know, cater to your ego and like blow smoke up your own ass. You actually have to push yourself and get yourself out of your comfort zone. And when you actually truly love yourself through tough love, I swear to God, that's where you see the most growth. That's where you see the most everything. So like I said, we kind of know what we need to do, but we can almost use self-love as like an excuse. Like, I love myself, so I'm not going to push myself and I'm going to cater to my fragility. It's not that. You're just catering to your ego. Your higher self wants you to get outside your comfort zone, push past the bullshit that you're facing, and, you know, like man or woman up. Like, yes, it's definitely more of a masculine energy approach, but sometimes we do have to kind of choose that masculine side of ourselves, especially as women, and just be like, okay, I know what I need to do. I love myself unconditionally. And why do I love myself? Because I can tell myself like, yo, shut up, you're being an idiot. Let's smarten up. Let's do what we need to do. Now I went to yoga. I feel really great. And I know that when push comes to shove, I'm there for me. And that's what it is. So it's that self-tough love. Like, you could just say, you know what? Like, I always kind of struggle with the idea of self-love. I'm like, how do you love yourself? And I know so many people like go, how do I love myself? You love yourself by treating yourself in the way you would treat like a best friend or a mom or like a sibling or like a younger child or like your younger child, huge one. Like, if you're a parent, right, and your kids are coming to you and they want to watch TV and whatever, but you kind of know like it would be better for them if they like colored a book, used their imagination, did some fun things like that. You're like, this is actually a better choice in the long run for them. And that's what you're like, okay, I can take them not liking me for maybe 10 minutes, and then they're actually going to find out they really enjoyed this and this was a good decision, or down the road they become an artist or whatever. You know, I'm going off on tangents because what else is new, but that's the point. You have to think long-term versus short-term. So self-love may be like short-term, cute, little bubble bath, little face mask, whatever, but long-term is the self-tough love. Like, you look at yourself and you parent yourself and you go, I want you to be the best you can be. What are the tough decisions we're not making right now that could actually get us propelling forward and move us forward? I have so much energy. Yeah, I think that's today's little chat's not so little, but just remember, when you're making a decision, think long-term versus short-term, self-love versus self-tough love. Have that little tough talk with yourself. Be your own best friend and push yourself forward, because nobody's gonna do it for you. I'm such a believer in that. Nobody's gonna force you to do anything. I'm a Taurus. Nobody's forcing me to do shit. But sometimes I can force myself to do stuff. It's like a little bit of a battle, but sometimes we get there. So I went to yoga today and I feel great. Tell me something that you did that you had to push yourself maybe this week or whenever you see this video, and know that like when you did it, you're like, yeah, this was the right decision. I'm really proud of myself and I love myself. So hug yourself, give yourself a punch in the arm and tell yourself to smarten up. Self-love, tough love, and that's our video for today. So thank you guys for joining me. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time for a towel talk.
A child came out to one